The best thing and the worst thing happened today. She moved on with another guy and got engaged. And now my heart's set free from its cage, but it stings like hell on the way out. The best thing and the worst thing happened today. I'm moving on. Driving 99 down the 405, windows down and blaring third eye blind, because I've never been so alone, and I've never been so alive. Driving 99 down the 405, yeah, I'm moving on. Best thing and the worst thing happened today. I'm moving on, I'm moving on, I'm moving
Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're all doing well. And yeah, welcome to the live stream. So, we're back with a bit of Farming Simulator tonight. Because I'm lazy. I've been working all day, so yeah. I have got the Steam download running in the background, so we are gonna not do that right now. Apex. Interesting. I haven't played Apex in quite a while, so yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I can see Ben is in the chat. Hi, Ben. And Joe is in the chat. Hi, Joe. And Bandit. Hello. And Paulo. Hi. From Brazil. Nice. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well and had a good day. Or a good night, depending on where you are. But yeah, so we're back with a bit of farming, which is nice. How are we all doing? I am tired. I'm really, really, really tired. How have you been? Yeah, tired. Super tired. Honestly, I'm wrecked. I'm off tomorrow, so that's why I thought I'd live stream tonight. I was actually gonna do editing tonight because I was recording last night, and I wanted to do the editing for that video tonight. But I'm just like, nah, I just want to chill tonight. I'm off tomorrow, but I still need to get up early because I need to take Monique into work because she's working tomorrow. But yeah, and I sort of need to help her open the shop and everything as well, because it's only the two of us. Two of us in at the moment, so yeah, it's a bit difficult when one of us are off. We're closed on Sundays, so on Sundays we're both off. But during the week, so I'll be off tomorrow and she'll be off on Thursday, so for the next 2 days it'll just be one of us. But yeah, I still need to go in because there's a lot of sort of like heavy lifting and pallet truck work and stuff and everything, so that she can't do. So I'll go in the morning with her and drop her at work and sort of help her open the shop. So I spend sort of a half an hour in the morning at work on my off day, and then I'll go in about an hour before the shop closes again, and I'll be in for about 45 minutes to an hour when the shop closes, or before the shop closes. So yeah, but not too bad at all. Rizzle, hi, currently at work listening to the stream. Nice. What work do you do? Just out of curiosity. Same, tired. I have a long day at school. Ooh, yeah. No, I'm exhausted. I'm doing, like, we're getting ready for a lot of our stock and things to come in, especially the sort of outside area. So for those of you who don't know, my wife and I sort of run a home and garden center, and the outside area needs, well, the thing is, the shop was closed after Christmas. They closed. I want to go the other way around. After Christmas they closed the shop for about 2.5, almost 3 months, and everything, the place wasn't sort of like closed properly. So a lot of stuff was just sort of left outside during winter for like 2.5 months. So there's a lot of stuff that is just very damaged. There's a lot of stuff that's very sort of just dirty, that everything needs cleaning and washing and everything. I just want to get rid of that little pile there. Good. Yeah, so everything needs cleaning, and everything, basically the whole outside area needs redoing. And a lot of the stuff, when they closed, because they were, I'm guessing by the looks of it, short on staff at the time, a lot of stuff was just sort of dumped on a pile and not actually dealt with. And now I need to go in there and actually deal with it, and it's just taking a very, 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 very long time, and it's a lot of physical work, like really, really physical work, a lot of heavy lifting. And yeah, so it's, my body is wrecked. So I thought I'm not gonna sort of do anything that's super mentally straining tonight, because also a lot of the shop stuff at the moment is very sort of mentally draining as well. So I thought I'd do the editing tomorrow and a bit of recording tomorrow as well, because I want to sort of get ahead. I want to try and record like 2 videos tomorrow, and then maybe 1 video on Thursday or Friday night, so that I can take Sunday off. I don't want to do anything YouTube related on Sunday. I mean, I might like live stream or something, but I don't want to do anything like recording or editing wise, because I haven't taken like a full off day, like just done no YouTube work at all for a very, very long time. So yeah, I want to try and sort of get ahead this week and just take a Sunday off, and I want to try and sort of do that for the foreseeable future. Is just sort of, yeah, work like really hard at night during the week, because I work full time, so I can't do it during the day. I get the 1 day, usually a Wednesday off, so I work on that off day on YouTube, and then at night on YouTube. And then I want to sort of just work really hard during the week to get ahead on the videos, so that I can take Sunday off, so that Sunday Monique and I can just sort of chill a little bit and go for like a walk, or just do something nice. Maybe do a bit of sightseeing. We're not doing much in terms of sightseeing at the moment because our car isn't very reliable, but I do have a loan application in, which I'm hoping to hear back from tomorrow. I'm hoping they'll come back tomorrow. I don't know if we'll get the loan, but we're trying to take a loan to buy a new car. Well, it's not a new car, it's a second-hand car, but it's much newer than the one that we've got. And if we've got a bit more of a reliable car, we'll go do a bit of sightseeing and stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be nice. But anyway, I've been rambling a lot. What are your opinions on becoming a member of the channel? Was that for me? I don't know. I don't know if that was for me. I mean, if someone wants to become a member of the channel, they're more than welcome to. I actually have quite a few options available in terms of membership. I think all of the options really give you the same perks, if I remember correctly. There's stuff that is sort of like discounts on merch, but there's not really much. I do have a Teespring account with a bit of merch and stuff in there, but I'll be 100% honest, I don't even know what the merch looks like. I still actually want to order some of it, and it's stuff that I just sort of threw together really quickly. It's something that I have to still spend some time on and actually do properly, is stuff like merch and things. But at the moment the channel is pretty small, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I think some of the perks at the moment wouldn't really give you much. It's really just there for people to support the channel a little bit if they want to, but to be honest, just watching the videos is enough support as well. But yeah, sometimes people feel that they want to make sort of a financial contribution, and that's great. So it's basically just there with some different levels and things, so because some people might be in a position where they want to give a bit more, and yeah, so yeah, but I'm not too worried about it. If someone becomes a member, that's fantastic. If they don't, then absolutely fine. Everyone's welcome, and I treat everyone equally. It's I mean, I know that there's a lot of people on YouTube and Twitch that I would absolutely love to support. I just financially can't, and yeah, so I understand that. So yeah, I don't sort of treat people differently because they support or they don't, because just being here and sort of watching the videos and everything is support. I mean, that's why the channel sort of exists. So yeah. Company called SafeSpan. We do scaffolding, currently welding racks for parts. Oh my goodness. See, that's one thing that I would love to do, and it's something that I actually said I wanted to do in Ireland, is learn to weld properly. I mean, I've done a lot of welding work, but just like stick welding, and I haven't been taught at all. I'm just sort of self-taught and YouTube taught, but my welds are horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm definitely not a welder. I can sort of eventually weld something to sort of stay together. I'm not a welder. I would really genuinely love to learn how to weld properly though, and like different types of welding as well, like MIG welding and TIG welding and proper stick welding and that sort of thing. I know there's some places around where they do like night classes and things like that, so at some point I'll like to get into something like that when I've got a bit more time. But I do enjoy welding, but for some reason every time my welds actually look good, I'm like, ooh, this looks fantastic, and then I pick it up and it just goes boop and just falls apart. And when they look really rotten, it's pretty strong. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. Have you... Oh, you have to treat yourself with a break, and maybe you could watch videos or go somewhere. Yeah, I'll be honest, at this point it's sort of like, if I could just have a full off day, I would just sort of chill at my PC and probably do a bit of racing, or maybe even a bit of farming or something like that, or a bit of golf. I recently reinstalled Cricket 19, I think it is. I enjoy a bit of cricket. I enjoy snooker. I reinstalled snooker as well. Haven't played any of them recently anyway. So I'll probably just play like a really chill game like snooker or cricket or golf or something like that, and stick a stream on and just watch a stream. Most of you probably know that I watch quite a bit of Kurkatized stuff on Twitch. He does mostly iRacing. I enjoy him a lot, but I also really enjoy Soviet Womble. So I watch a lot of his stuff at night when I'm like in bed. I would lie in bed and put like Soviet Womble on, and just before I go to sleep, like an hour before I actually go to sleep, I quite enjoy Soviet Womble stuff. But I generally just watch VODs, mostly anyway. I very rarely actually watch people live. I always just catch up on the VODs, and at the moment I'm watching Soviet playing Banished. So I've got about 2 streams left of him playing Banished, and I saw that at the moment he's playing Prison Architect again, which he's actually the reason that I initially got into Prison Architect, and I lost many days of my life to Prison Architect because of him. But yeah, I love Soviet Womble. He's such a chill, just genuinely nice and honest, straight up guy. So yeah, I like his stuff quite a bit. And then obviously I enjoy Squirrel as well. I watch quite a bit of Squirrel when I have time to do so. And yeah, there's a couple of other guys that I watch as well. But yeah, anyway, I have a math test. I'm quite far behind with the chat. Math test tomorrow about congruence and formality. Pythagoras with some programming. Ooh, well, Joe, good luck. I hope it goes well for you. In my opinion, you should add tiers of emojis or name badges so that you have been a subscriber for more than 1 month. They get more emojis. Yeah, no, absolutely. I want to do that. But what I want to do is, obviously now, at the moment I'm still trying to figure out what the emojis and like the tier badges and everything needs to be. I'm still trying to work out exactly what I want them to be, and I'm not very good at graphic design and that sort of a thing. So as soon as I've sort of locked down what I want all of this to be, and again, it's just it comes down to time, how much time I've got available to do all of this stuff. But what I want to do is maybe commission an artist or something to create the emojis, or if someone that sort of follows the channel knows how to do it, knows how to make some emojis and stuff. I just need to figure out what sort of all of the tiers are going to be, and what the like I say, the emotes and everything, what they're actually supposed to be, because at the moment I don't really know. I mean, it'll probably be farming related, so but yeah, I still need to figure that one out. But yeah, it's all on the sort of to-do list. I've literally got a massive to-do list, and I'm not even joking, it's on my door. I've got a whiteboard with just a to-do list, and I sort of try and get through them. So yeah, one of the things that I took off my to-do list last night, actually, because I haven't sort of taken things off of it for a while, was actually start live streaming again. So yeah, but yeah, sort of I'm working through the to-do list as quick as I can. But yeah, geez, time at the moment is minimal, absolutely minimal. I hate maths. Yeah, I don't know. I like certain types of maths, and weirdly I was pretty terrible at maths for quite a long while, and then eventually it just sort of clicked and I was decent. I wasn't good, but I was decent at maths. But then I sort of, yeah, just drifted away from it. And sort of same with programming. I was quite interested in programming for quite some time, and I had programming as a subject in school, actually, and I quite liked it. And then even after school I got a bit into like app creation and stuff like that, but I learned programming on Java, so yeah, probably not the best platform to learn. But eventually I just sort of stopped. I don't know, I think it was probably again down to like time. So yeah, something I really absolutely hate with a passion is web designing. I absolutely hate it. I've done quite a bit of it, and I hate it. Absolutely. I don't know why. I hate it. I did some web designing work and stuff during lockdown, and I was so miserable. And honestly, I feel for Monique, because she had to put up with me every day. I hated it, and it always put me in a really bad mood. So yeah, web designing is definitely not for me. Something that I would never be able to do for a living. You should sell field 2. Yeah, we're gonna sell field 2, but we don't really need the money right now, so I'm not in a rush. But we are gonna sell field 2. I'm trying to figure out what I want to use the money for, because it's either gonna be for animals, or I possibly maybe want to get into like grapes or something, because I haven't even seen that on Farming Simulator or Farming Simulator 22. I haven't seen like the grapevines and stuff, so I might want to get into like grapevines and get some of the equipment for that, because it's something that I just don't know at all, and I think it'll be pretty fun to do. So yeah, we might do that. I could fix you some emojis and ideas if you want. Yeah, I mean, by all means, that'll be great. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to that, because it's just tough. I mean, we can send me some ideas or whatever that you've got on Discord or wherever. Discord's probably the easiest, and yeah, we can chat about that. That'll be great. Thanks, Joe. But yeah, the programming, what grade was it, and was it required? It wasn't required, no. It was, see, in South Africa the schooling is very different to like Ireland, because, well, in South Africa you sort of do, was it 6 or 7 subjects straight through the last 3 or 4 years, where I think in Ireland they only do like two or 3 for the last 2 years or something. I don't know. I know a bit more about the UK schooling system than the Irish schooling system, but oh, you had an assignment on South Africa, was researching the school system as well. I did programming for actually my entire high school career. I did programming, and I also no, actually, since I started high school I had programming, but eventually I switched from programming to a broader computer, like general computer subject. So it included a bit of programming, but also a lot more about the sort of hardware side of things, and then obviously your basic stuff like Word and Excel and PowerPoint and that sort of thing. And it also had a bit of like graphic design and that thing. So I switched it to a broader subject rather than only programming, because yeah, I was sort of into programming, but I thought having the broader subject would maybe be a bit more useful in the long run. So for me, I mean, in looking back at it now, I probably should have stuck with programming. I think it would have been more useful in the long run if I just did programming. Because now I know a little bit about a lot, but I don't know enough about one thing to turn it into a career. Where if I just stuck to programming, I would have been able to do programming as a career. So yeah, I probably would have if I actually knew what I was doing in terms of programming. I probably would have enjoyed it, I think, doing programming. I guess it also depends on what you're programming, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think in the long run it probably wasn't a good move to take something broader. I actually made that mistake with just about every subject that I took, because I had 7 subjects in my final year. I don't know if 6 or 7 is the norm. I can't remember. I think 6 might be the norm, but I had 7. I also feel for Monique sometimes. Yeah. um, she's very patient though. My game of FS22, I have a mine digging lithium. Goodness me. Is that modded? It has to be modded. Goodness me. I hadn't... Oh yeah, that's... how old were you when the programming class took place? Since I was 14 till I was 18. Yeah. 14 through to 18. Or no, well, 14 through to about 16 or 17, and then I switched for the last year and a half, I think. So, but I mean, again, this is 10, 12 years ago that I finished school. Goodness me, it's 12 years ago that I finished school. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 12 years ago since I finished. So what I can remember in terms of programming, yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to write a single line of coding at this point, to be fair. Oh, I always forget. A little bit of music in the background. Some royalty-free lo-fi stuff. Modded name of the map is construction something. Got big wheel loaders and dump trucks hauling 50,000 liters or so, and got a crane with a bucket that gets 100,000 liters a single scoop. Goodness me. That's insane. That sounds pretty cool though. Sounds really cool. I think I've actually seen that, to be fair. I think I've seen it somewhere. The Wayne Island, I think it's 12-ish subjects you have to do. Ah. I have no idea. I have a very limited knowledge of the Irish schooling system. It's a bit confusing to me. I'm going to buy a membership. Only if you want to. But yeah, I mean, it's I didn't really like school, to be honest. School was a weird... I don't know, school was a weird sort of experience for me because I definitely wasn't one of the cool kids, but I also wasn't one of the like really like unpopular kids. I was just sort of there. I was sort of friends with everyone because I was kind of friends with the cool kids, but I wouldn't like hang out with them on a weekend. We had a very, 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 very big group of friends though, and we were just all sort of like there-ish. We had a strange setup, thinking about it now. I never really thought about it that way, because I don't know, I guess we were just sort of a group in the middle, but we were a very, very big group of friends. Like, probably, I would say 40 or 50 guys. And, I don't know, we just never bothered anyone else, and no one really bothered us. So, yeah, it was... We had a lot of fun. I mean, I think we were probably the best sort of level in the school to be, because like I say, we were sort of friends with everyone, so we just, yeah, no one ever bothered us. But because we were like, I don't know how to explain, because no one sort of really paid much attention to our sort of group, even though everyone knew exactly who all of us were. We weren't like in the limelight all the time, if that makes sense. It was kind of fun because we could get away with a lot, and because we were such a big group as well, we could get away with a lot. because we would just cover each other. So if someone gets in trouble and teacher will be like, oh, you did this, and then they'll be just, no, I didn't, ask them. And like 40 dudes will just go, nah, he was here with us. And they'll just be like, okay, must have been someone else then. So we had a really, really, really good group. So yeah, that was kind of fun, but I didn't really like school that much, to be fair. It's probably because I don't really like studying. I get bored very, very quickly. So, and it's, I don't know, it definitely comes through in a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis, I guess. And that's why it took me a very long time to figure out my content on YouTube. Because I get bored very, very quickly, and somehow I just never ever get bored of farming. I don't know why, but I've got like a, not a heavy, but I've got a level of ADHD. So my attention span is pretty short generally. And I just get bored of things very quickly. So I would play a game and then I would be absolutely obsessed with it, and I would like do nothing else but that, and then I would just not touch it again. Like a good example is Fallout 4, I think it was. I got Fallout 4, I played it from start to finish in 70 hours, and those 70 hours I did in a single week. Never touched it again. So I got completely obsessed with it, played it non-stop, and literally never touched it again, ever. And I'm like that with a lot of stuff. I was the same with like, oh dear, I could name so many of them. Satisfactory. I got Satisfactory, absolutely obsessed over it, played many hours of Satisfactory. Every moment I played Satisfactory, and then just got bored and never touched it again. Just done. So yeah, and school was sort of the same thing. I just got bored with a lot of things very quickly, and I think partly because I've also got a very, very, very good memory, like a very good memory. Like Monique and I was having a conversation 2 nights ago, and we were talking like old music because we had music playing in the background, and a song came up, and I said to Monique, this song came out on a CD when I was like probably 6 or 7 years old, and I was able to tell her the name of the CD and what color the CD was and the casing, and I was like probably 6 years old, and we actually googled it, and I was spot on with what it was, and she just looked at me and went, how? So yeah, I remember things really, 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 really well, except names. Names, no. And I think that's why I was bored at school, because I would pay attention in class, I would do my homework, but I never studied, because I was just like, as long as I did my work in class and listened and sort of paid attention and then did my homework, I knew what was going on, so I just wouldn't study. Don't do that though. That is a bad idea, and don't do that. And because of my memory, I did really well. So, I did well. Not really, really well, but I did well. But yeah, so I think that's why I found school just boring, is because it wasn't really like pushing the boundaries of education, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I think the schooling system probably all over the world is really broken, because people learn at different rates, and it's not because of like, oh, this kid is smarter than another kid. No, it's just their brain functions differently. Everyone's brain functions differently, and they should be treated accordingly. Like some people, some kids, and I don't know this is still happening, some kids are put through, or sort of, they put in like special needs classes or something like that, or because they basically, people think they've got a learning deficiency, or they're struggling to understand work or something, and a lot of the times that is wrong. And I've seen this happen in our school as well, and some of it happened to me. That's why I sort of know about it. Is like, they thought, again, maths, at one stage they thought I was really bad at maths, and they wanted me to get like a tutor, like after hours and everything, to help me with maths, because I was getting really low grades in maths. And then one teacher picked up that, hang on a minute, the reason why I'm doing really badly at maths is because I'm really good at it. And they started going back through my exam papers, and the reason why I was getting really low marks is obviously in maths you get sort of, well, we got points for every step of an equation, and I never went through the equations. I just basically gave the answers, and when they started going through of it, most of my answers that I gave was correct, but I just sort of worked it out without using their formula. So I ended up getting 1 mark for one question instead of getting 7 or 8. And then they realized, oh, the reason he's doing poorly in maths is because he's actually really good at it, not because he's really bad at it. And I think that sort of misinterpretation of kids happen a lot, unfortunately. It's a very difficult thing to sort of figure out, and I mean, one teacher needs to look after a lot of kids, so it is a difficult thing, but it is something that sort of needs to look into, or needs to be looked into. And I think it's the same with learning rates. I think some kids are put through as, like I say, oh, they learn slow. No, they're probably just bored. And I think that happens a lot. Is they're not paying attention to things because they are bored, not because they like want to not pay attention, or they're just sort of rebellious or whatever. But anyway, that's a different topic, something that I don't know how to solve. So yeah, the map looks the same as the No Man's Land videos you did, but with 5 or 6 mines for different materials. I should actually, well, I would like to look into that, but I don't know, at some point. I used to love Gold Rush. I don't know if you ever played Gold Rush, but yeah, Gold Rush was super fun. I love that game. It just becomes very grindy. So yeah. So sorry, I'm going to go now. Nice checking in with you, and enjoy your evening. And when you talk about school, that was so true, and what you said, I'm friends with everyone. Oh, that's really cool. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for popping in. I really do appreciate it. So yeah, have a good night. I love that. Still, I started getting bigger machines. Yeah, see, well, again, see, that's where a lot of sort of my issues come through, is of getting bored, is with games. As soon as I start doing too well, I lose interest and I just stop playing. And I guess that's why, sorry, I think that's why I haven't ever really progressed extremely far in a farming simulator profile, I guess. I think the profile that I've absolutely, without a doubt, gone the furthest with is the Farming Simulator 19 No Man's Land series that we did. Was 100 episodes. And that is definitely by a country mile the longest I've ever played a single profile. Because I generally just sort of, I would play and it'd be super fun to sort of try and build up a bit of money and everything, and as soon as I start making too much money, I just get bored and I just start over. So, and I do that with all games. It's again just getting bored. But yeah. That coffee's so cold. It's still good though. But yeah, so my plan for tomorrow. Oh, by the way, don't miss tomorrow's video. tomorrow 4 o'clock GMT, there's a new series starting. So that series was supposed to start last Wednesday, but I had some difficulties with the recording and the sort of idea, the way I recorded it just didn't really work, and then the editing with it didn't really work, and I ended up making the whole thing, making the entire first episode and deleting it, and I put out a farming diaries instead, and I re-recorded that episode on Saturday night or Sunday? Sunday. I recorded it on Sunday and did the editing and everything, and I think it came out really, really well. It's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but again, some changes had to happen to make the whole thing work, and yeah, but it's yeah, I think it's gonna be good. I hope you guys like it. I actually watched the whole thing through, and I think it's quite fun, and I think it's gonna be a really nice little like mini series. So yeah, that's nice. That's how it is, but I like the FS22 because you can build the map the way you want and change it whenever, and there's so many different things to do instead of being forced to do one thing only. Yeah, that's, yeah, I guess so, because you can just sort of like, you can still farm and stuff as well if you want to. That's pretty cool. How's the terrain deformation in Farming Simulator with regarding to like mining and stuff like that? Just out of like pure curiosity. You know, we're already halfway through this field, but what I probably should do is turn the GPS on this. Nice. Auto width on that. Headland mode, no. Set A. Where's the line? Oh, show lines on. Nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that's shooting that way. It's not gonna work. Can we do 45? No. 30 maybe? I don't know what sort of increments this works in. No. Right, never mind. I'm not gonna faff around with that too long. The terraform made is strange at first, but pretty cool because you get to manually change the ground instead of using the in-game boulder tool. Ah, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, someone's bound to have made some videos on that on YouTube, so I'll search it and see if I can find something on it. See if I can watch someone do it properly before I sit and faff around with it for 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, you could actually build quite a cool series out of that. Maybe we'll do something after the new series, because the new series that's starting tomorrow is going to be sort of like a mini series thing. I don't think it'll run much longer than like 15 or 16 episodes in total. So I sort of explained last time, and I think in the last farming diary as well, that what's going to happen is the farming diary episode or series is going to be sort of a once in a while thing. It's not going to be a consistent thing anymore. The new series is going to take over the Wednesday spot. So it's still going to be roleplay on Monday and Friday. And instead of the farming diary on Wednesdays, the farming diary is going to be a random thing, and it'll probably go out on like a Saturday or a Sunday whenever it's actually available. And the new series will take up basically every Wednesday slot. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with that. And we'll see how it goes. I would like to put out like more videos a week. I would actually like to do 4 videos a week ideally. So if I could do like 2 roleplay videos and 2 of the new series per week, that'll be great. But it's just I've been trying to work out if it's possible to do that, and it just isn't possible for me to do it at the moment, unfortunately. So yeah, that'll have to wait for a while. I mean, if the channel picks up and does a little bit better and gets a bit more in terms of views and stuff like that, obviously along with that comes money. And I mean, granted, the channel makes a very, very small amount of money at the moment. It basically pays the electricity bill. But if the channel gets a little bit bigger, well, it'll have to be like, I don't know, probably 6 times bigger than what it is now. Then I'll probably consider taking or reducing 1 day a week at work. But the channel would really have to be about 6 times bigger, or have 6 times more views per month than what it does now for me to sort of break even on that. But yeah, that's something that I'll look into. Hopefully, well, the channel has actually been growing quite consistently, and it looks like it's been picking up a bit of momentum over the last little while, so that's nice. And actually, the video that went out yesterday has done really, really well. I don't know why, but around 12 o'clock today, it got a massive spike in views. Well, I mean massive in terms of, for my channel, massive. But usually, my goal is to hit, at the moment, with a new series, hit 100 views in the first 24 hours. And at the moment, that video has been live for 28 hours, and it's got 570 views. So it's way above, like 6 times above norm at this stage, which is fantastic. I don't know why, but YouTube just sort of looked at the video and went, yep, that works. And yeah, it seems to be doing pretty well. Although, saying that, not really YouTube, because I saw the analytics on that video, and most of the views are actually coming from the browse feature. So people are just sort of finding it randomly. It's not actually suggested. So yeah, interesting. But if a few more videos could get traction like that, then the channel will probably be able to get to a point fairly quickly where I'd be able to sort of afford financially to reduce a day at work per week. And that'll obviously give me 3 days a week off where I'm not at work, and then I'll be able to do 4 videos a week. But at the moment, 3 videos are already hard to sort of do. So yeah, we'll just do 3 for now. It's difficult enough as it is. But yeah, I would ideally like to do 4. Would be nice. Only downside for the Terraform is only a select few vehicles can actually dig the ground. Ah, yeah, I would say so. Yeah, that sort of makes sense. Roleplay with multiplayer would be really cool. It would be. But it's sort of... multiplayer is a difficult thing, because I have actually been in contact with some other farming simulator YouTubers that are, well, considerably bigger than what I am in terms of subscribers and that sort of a thing. And we have, and these are multiple different people that we've sort of spoken about possibly doing a collaboration series and things like that. The biggest issue with that, and the reason why you very, very rarely see it happen, and even just like a normal multiplayer roleplay series, is scheduling. Scheduling is really, really, really difficult. So obviously getting two YouTubers to be able to record at the exact same time is a really difficult task in itself. I guess if you have one person that's recording, let's say myself, and someone else who's not a YouTuber, that sort of forms part of the roleplay series, then you know that it's probably a little bit easier to do, but it'll still be a scheduling issue, because I'm already finding it really, really difficult to find time to record videos and make videos and all of that thing. So it's not always planned ahead, and sometimes things just come up and plans change and that sort of thing. So a lot of the time I would sort of get home and just go, right, I've got a bit of time, I'm gonna go record. So to then try and get everyone that's involved in it, even if it's just one person, to sort of get set up and everything to record, by the time you're ready to record, I'm probably out of time to record. I don't have time anymore, so I would end up not recording, and it just logistically becomes a very difficult thing to do and to manage. But I agree, it would be really cool, but in reality it's a very difficult thing to do. Like I said earlier, it's already quite difficult at the moment as it is, and it's just me to find time to do it. To try and balance my schedule with someone else's schedule to get time to actually record would, yeah, you probably end up doing one video every 2 weeks. Because I know that, was it Daggerwin and Chainsaw that did, I don't know if they still do it, but they did a series together. I'm speaking under correction, I think it was Daggerwin and Chainsaw that did a series together where they would sort of compete on the same map, and see who could get to, I think it was a certain amount first or something like that, or who owned the most property or something like that. And I seem to remember him mentioning at some point that yeah, recording that was, or is, quite a difficult task. And I don't know if Chainsaw is full-time YouTuber. I'm guessing it probably is, because he's got a pretty decent sized channel. So you've got two guys that are full-time YouTubers that are finding it quite difficult to find time to record together. I work a full-time 9 to 6 job 5 days a week, and like I said earlier, even on one of my 2 off days, I end up going into work in the mornings and in the afternoons. So time is not exactly on my side. So yeah, that would be a very, very, very difficult thing to do. What I would like to do one day, however, is, I don't know if I'll do it in, well, I'll probably do it in a YouTube thing, but I'll probably do it in live streaming as well. And we've actually spoken about this, is if I've got a really like nice proper setup of my office and everything again, to get a second PC in the office, or maybe in one of the other rooms. We've got basically an extra room in the house, and maybe get a second sort of office set up and everything, and then have my wife sort of join in, and then you can do sort of like what Daggerwin and them did with like compete against each other, or you can sort of farm together, or do whatever, and you can do videos or a live stream or something like that. You can even do a role play with the two of us, I don't know, but something like that someday might be nice. Not that Monique knows anything about farming, or Farming Simulator for that matter, so I'll probably have to put her on like training for a year before you can do that. But we have actually spoken about it before and thought it would be pretty cool. Or maybe we'll just do some other games. Maybe we'll race against each other or something, I don't know. Not just that she's a very good driver. She's gonna kill me for saying that, but I don't think she's a very good driver. I've heard her history. But yeah. I don't know if she'll be able to race at all. I don't know. Maybe we'll just like play Sims. I don't know. If you had everyone able to record with their own and send the videos to someone to edit and put them together, so you wouldn't really need a schedule. That way you would always have content coming. Yeah, but yeah, I guess. See, but then you'll have to have every person narrate their own videos, or you'd have to voice over it, and I'm not a huge fan of voiceovers. And if every person has to sort of narrate their own videos, they're not really going to know what the other person did in their storyline, so it's going to be very, very, very difficult to sort of match it all unless you voice over it, but then that kind of defeats the purpose. If you're going to voice over it, you might as well just record it yourself. So again, it's sort of like an idea, but will it really work? I don't know. I think it'll be very, very difficult. And yeah, I suppose because a roleplay would sort of always revolve around a story. So, and the thing is, even like with my roleplay series at the moment, there's a massive amount of planning and future planning that goes into that series, like a huge amount of planning that goes into it, and sort of planning for stuff ahead that I mean, I've already got stuff set up and planned that no one knows about yet, that'll only happen in like 20 episodes time. But the thing is, even with that amount of planning, a large amount of what happens in the videos are just on the fly. A large portion of it is not planned. A lot of it I just sort of have to make up as I go, because you can really only plan so much. So even then, like I say, because you're gonna make up a lot of stuff, I think there will be a lot of crossover and conflicting information that gets put out into the different videos, and then it'll have to be re-recorded and all of that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think it's a really, really good idea, but I think it'll be very difficult and extremely time consuming. I think if you can pull it off, it'll be very, very good, and it'll be very fun to watch. I mean, I would watch that without a doubt. I would watch something like that, and I think a lot of people would. But you would need a lot of time to actually pull that off. It would be fun though. It would be really, really fun. But yeah, I have to say, in terms of the YouTube thing, I mean, again, I'm not even close to taking like, or reducing a single day at work per week in terms of what the YouTube does financially. But oh my goodness, would I love to do this full time. I would absolutely love to do YouTube full time. Definitely a long-term goal for me. And we'll get there someday. Someday we'll get there. Just have to keep going, keep doing what I'm doing, and eventually it'll get there. If you had a Discord to keep everything updated to fit in, like person A could roll person B for a delivery of a vehicle, etc. and then active could record it. Yeah, I suppose you can do something like that, but again, it's just logistical. it's a good idea. Again, you'll have to. I'm not saying it's impossible. By no means am I saying it's impossible. It's just not possible for me. Just I just simply don't have the time to do something like that. I mean, it'll be really, really, really cool. But maybe someday, but definitely not now. Can have someone step in and play it off. They went on vacation, etc. So I'm here to do it. Yeah, you could. Definitely could. Right. Where does this go? This goes nowhere because we recently bought it. So we'll just put it in a shed. Yeah, you can definitely play some of it off, like you say, with like someone went on holiday or something like that. But yeah, it would definitely be sort of something that you can only look into if you do this as a full-time job, which I definitely don't. I'd love to, but no, not even close. Not even close. A holiday every week, yeah. But it would be fun though. It would be very fun. It's probably gonna sound like, wait, what? But I've only played Farming Simulator in multiplayer once, ever. And I think it was like Farming Simulator, I don't know, 15 maybe, something like that. It was one of the older ones. It was definitely not 17. It was probably 15 or 13 or I don't know, 11. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely a long time ago, and I played with a friend of mine, and it was so much fun because he's the guy that a lot of you that sort of joined into the streams previously would know. He's the guy that sort of shot the window out of the John Deere. But he loves like animals, sort of like livestock farming basically. And I'm more of a arable person, so it worked really well. We were on this one farm, and he would take care of like the cows and the sheep and all of that, and I would take care of all of sort of the arable stuff, and he would just come in when I'm doing like harvesting or something like that. He would drive the grain cart and I would drive the combine or something like that. So we would sort of cross over every now and again and sort of work together on one project, but for a lot of the time he would sort of be doing his thing, and I would sort of be doing my thing. But you can sort of see, oh, there he goes with the tractor doing his thing with the bales and whatever. And that was super fun. I loved it. But yeah, I haven't really played multiplayer ever since. Basically because I never really had anyone to play with anymore. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's sort of why I'm trying to get the Discord and everything up and running, and Joe has been a huge help with that. But yeah, so that people that sort of want to play together can do that, and it's something that I would like to do as well at some point, is sort of just play with you guys, have a map, and yeah, sort of just farm together and whatever, because it is really cool. I do really enjoy playing multiplayer, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't do it often enough, unfortunately. Right, seeding. I think we need to do seeding. I hope we need to do seeding. Let's see. Okay, we've got a lot of stones. Okay. We have got a massive rock collector. So, equipment. Stone picker. That only needs 120 horsepower to operate. So, let's take this one. Because it is quite big and it'll probably get pretty heavy. So I don't know if the Massey will cope with it too well. But, yeah, let's see how this goes. I love this John Deere. Beautiful piece of equipment. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out of here. We'll just climb over that little wall. It'll be fine. This is a big tractor to try and fit in here, though. I'm down, tired of playing solo. Yeah, no, we'll definitely get something set up at some point. Myself and Joe were talking about it because I need to, I want to do a community farm server type thing at some point. But I need to put up like a... Oh, this thing isn't quite as wide as I thought it'll be. Anyway, I'll probably do. But yeah, we've spoken about it briefly. About a community server thing. I just need to figure out if I can run a server off of my laptop. Otherwise, I'll need to do a sort of like a virtual PC thing on my main computer. And I need to buy another copy of Farming Simulator, which is fine. But again, all of that is great. I just need to find the time to actually do it. But yeah, community farm will be fine because then, like now, I'll probably live stream a lot of the community farm stuff, and yeah, it'll be pretty good. Have you joined the Discord server? Oh. Yeah, if you haven't joined the Discord server and you are on Discord, then the link is in the description below the stream or any of the videos. But yeah, pretty good. We've got some good stuff happening over there. I think G-Portal has servers you can rent. Not sure on the amount of players allowed in a session. Yeah, I think that'll... I mean, I think that's probably what I'll end up doing is... If my laptop can't sort of run as the server, I'll probably just end up renting a server. Obviously depending on cost, but yeah, I think that'll probably be the easiest thing to do. I'd definitely be up for the multiplayer as soon as I get my monitor sorted out. Oh yeah, you've got a monitor issue. I think you mentioned that in the last stream. Can't remember what happened to it. But I seem to remember you said there was an issue with it. This is gonna take a really long time, so see, this would be a great job for courseplay. Is courseplay available for Farming Simulator 22 yet? Does anyone know? I've never used courseplay, but I've seen many people use courseplay, and this would be an ideal situation to use courseplay. So if anyone in chat knows if courseplay is available for Farming Simulator 22, that'll be nice. I've overheated and the bottom... Oh, yeah. I remember you saying that it overheated and the bottom of it is all, like, black. Which is, yeah, not ideal. Definitely not ideal. But yeah, I sort of briefly touched on it earlier, is, we're sort of in the process of trying to buy a new car, which would be nice. So I think, well, I put in an application for a loan on Monday, or like car financing on Monday, and then they needed some paperwork and stuff, which I was only able to give to them today. So I'm hoping that we'll get an answer back tomorrow. So I basically gave them an amount of what I'm sort of thinking of, and I basically want to get pre-approval. And if they say, yep, it's fine up to a certain amount, then there's definitely some cars that we are interested in that we've already seen, and that I'll go and have a look at then. And yeah, hopefully we can get something really soon, maybe even this week. And then I'll sort of see what they'll offer in terms of a trade-in on the car that we've got at the moment. But I don't know, my experience with trade-ins hasn't been great. They normally just offer you buttons, absolute buttons, like way under what it's actually worth. And not even like, okay, that's acceptable to not have to deal with the hassle of selling it privately. I mean, just like absolute stupid figures, like stupid figures. So yeah, I don't know, hopefully they'll be like, or they'll give me a decent figure on a trade-in, because I don't want to deal with selling it privately, but I'm not like holding my breath. So if they don't give me a decent amount in terms of a trade-in for the car, then I'll just keep it for now and just not drive it. I'll just leave it at home, put it up for sale, and see if I can sell it privately. But yeah, I really do hope that we get approved for the financing. I don't know 100% if we will, because we've only been here a short amount of time, and we don't like have a very extensive credit record or anything like that. But hopefully we'll get it. It'll be so nice to just have a car that's not broken. That's like, I love driving. I generally do love driving. I always have. And I've always been very like sort of protective and caring of my cars that I've ever owned. I've owned 2 Mark 1 Golfs. I've owned a 1.9 TDI Cross Polo, which was a nice car, and I've had a long wheelbase 4x4 Mitsubishi Pajero. And all of them I've really cared for, and I've never owned a car that I don't care about until now. I really don't care about this car. I hate this car. And it's, I don't know why. It's just a horrible car, and I don't trust it, and it just feels like it's going to break down all the time. I think it's because it had a problem right after we bought it, which is no fault to the people who owned it before us. It's just, it was an unfortunate sort of event. But I've had trust issues with it ever since, and I just don't trust the car. And the other day it had a service light come on again, and the last time it did that, it cost me 400 euro. So yeah, I just want to get rid of it, because I genuinely hate driving right now. And this comes from a person who really loves driving. I absolutely hate driving. So like, I just want to go down to the driving range and hit a couple of balls on the driving range, because I like golf. And I haven't done that for a long time, because I don't want to drive unnecessarily. We drive to work, and we drive home, and we drive into town if we need to buy groceries. But that's it. There's no unnecessary driving. We don't do any sightseeing. We don't go out. We don't do anything at all that involves driving, because I don't want to drive it, because every single time I get in that car, it feels like it's going to break down, and I absolutely freaking hate it. So I would love to just, the car just stresses me out. It stresses me out constantly. It feels like it's going to cost me a hell of a lot of money all the time. So I just want to not deal with that anymore. I want to just get rid of it, get something else that's reliable and newer and lower mileage, and just something that can just sort of be there, and I don't have to worry about it. And if we want to do like sightseeing, or go to the driving range, or just have a drive, we can do that, because we don't have to worry about the freaking car breaking down all the time. So yeah. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll hear back tomorrow. I'm just really scared of like getting sort of too optimistic about it and then being disappointed. Because if we don't get it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know. Trading on used vehicles is crazy right now because of the shortage of parts or whatever, at least in the US. Ah. Yeah. It's never good, really. What was... I'll provide the sandwiches. Nice. Sounds like a plan to me. Some Panda. Morning. Hi. Hello. Hope everything's going well over in Australia for you. Probably a lot warmer than what it is here. We've had some really nice weather the last 2 weeks, and now it's cooling down and they're talking about snow. Yeah. So, yeah, but we enjoyed the sort of heat while it lasted. What? 07 Toyota Tundra, 5.7 liter. Nice. But I don't want to talk about gas prices. Yeah. Yeah. Not exactly good right now. The car that I'm thinking about buying, and Rizzle, being in the States, I'm not even sure you'll know what this is. But I'm looking at buying... Initially, I thought about the Kia Stonic, and the small SUV, Kia Stonic. And then I did some reading, and it is a good car, but the competitors are better for the same price. And I thought about the Suzuki Vitara, and friends of ours bought... Oh, Joe, are you heading out? Okay. Thanks for popping in. We'll chat later. Have a good one. So, yeah, we thought about the sort of Suzuki Vitara, and friends of ours recently bought one. And I find it very cramped. It's got very, very little, like, leg room width-wise. And I find it quite, like, claustrophobic. I don't know, it's very sort of narrow at the leg, where you, sort of your leg room and everything's very narrow. So I mean, otherwise it's a really nice car, but for that sole reason, I don't know. And then other friends of ours, they have got the Hyundai Kona. So it's the smaller version, basically, of the Tucson. And the reviews on that is really, really good, and they love theirs. They actually had the Mitsubishi ASX. Small SUV, the ASX Mitsubishi. I think it's the ASX. Yeah, I think so. So it's the smaller, you get sort of the Pajero, then you get the Pajero Sport, and then you get the ASX. Or maybe you get the Outlander. Is it the Outlander? I think it's the Outlander or Outback or whatever. No, Outback is Subaru. Outlander. And then ASX. So it's a small SUV. And they actually didn't have that car for very long at all, and they traded it for the Kona, so which was sort of the same value and same range, but a better car overall. They said the Mitsubishi was very sort of plasticky and cheap inside, and they felt that it wasn't going to last a very long time. So yeah, good to know that. But they absolutely love the Kona. And then other friends of ours has got the Hyundai Tucson. I'm not sure what model though. But they've got the Tucson, and they're very happy with that as well. So it seems like Hyundai for the win at the moment. And I don't really know Hyundai. That's why I sort of initially wanted to go for the Kia, because we've actually owned a few Kias in terms of like company cars and my parents and that. So and we've never had any issues with any of the Kias, so they're quite reliable. Probably not the best in terms of like build quality, but like they are quite plasticky and tinny, and yeah, but I mean, reliable. You don't really think about them, you don't really worry about them, and that's sort of what I want at the moment. But then the Kona looks really, really nice. It's a beautiful looking car. It's got a better interior than the Kia, It's got a slightly smaller engine than the Kia, and I don't know if that's really a good or a bad thing. The Kia is a 1.2 and the Kona is a 1 liter, and that's still something that's quite difficult for me to grasp, is the size of the engines here. Because like in South Africa, I had a 3.2 liter turbo diesel monstrosity, and I mean, like, Rizzle has got a 5.7 liter V8. It's probably the Hemi being a 5.7. Actually, no, because Hemi would be Chrysler. Yeah? Jeez, I don't know. I don't know enough about cars anymore. I don't follow them anymore. But anyway, 5.7. Yeah, big engines. So having a 1 liter car is like, huh? But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, we are not gonna mess around with the rock. I thought that rock picker was gonna be like massive, and it's really, really tiny. And I don't think there's anything bigger. No, we've got that. I thought that thing folded out. Because of that, I thought that piece folded out and it got double that and then sort of winged out. But no, we'll be there absolutely all day. So let's see. Okay, this we are gonna sell. So that'll give us 454,000, which is good. What else do we own right now? 4, 35, and 31. Right. So, equipment, grape technology. Is this a harvester? I don't know what this does. I'm guessing this harvests grapes. Does it? I don't know. Just starting work, and it's starting to get colder here now. How you been? Oh yeah, of course. You're heading sort of into your colder months now. So, yeah. But I'm guessing for you, it's probably nice for it to cool down a bit. But, yeah. I mean, yeah, have a good day at work. I just got back from work not too long ago. Had a busy day, which was kind of nice. Well, a productive day, which was nice. Bite the bullet and get a 79 series Land Cruiser. Oh my goodness. Oh my, don't even tempt me. A Land Cruiser without a doubt would be my absolute favorite vehicle of all time, is a Land Cruiser. I love the Land Cruiser pickup trucks. That would be like my ultimate. And you can't get them in Ireland. They don't exist in Ireland. So that's like a big no-no for me. I mean, I would literally move to Australia just to buy a Land Cruiser. Yeah, see, come to Australia and you can get one, no worries. Exactly. I would literally, if I have the money, I would move to Australia just to buy a Land Cruiser. So yeah, because I don't think I'm moving back to South Africa. And to be fair, I don't want to own a Land Cruiser in South Africa, because they'll only own it for about all of 3 hours before it's stolen and it ends up in bits in Mozambique. So yeah, not going that route. So Australia it is then. From a US side of cars, I would say I would stay away from Suzuki and Kia. But Toyota is very good and extremely reliable. See, that's what I would say as well. But the car that I own at the moment is a Toyota. And, yeah, not that great, to be honest. But, see, the problem isn't really the car itself. It's the whole stupid DPF system. The DPF system is horrid. And, it's just creating a lot of problems, because what it's trying to do is it's trying to do a burn on the DPF every now and again, and that's when the service light comes on. And then sometimes, for some reason, if you're like on your way to work and the light comes on, that the service light comes on and it indicates it's starting a DPF burn. I don't live very far from work, so and I'm on my way to work, so I can't then go drive on an open road for 20 minutes for this thing to complete the burn. So what happens is I have to go to work, I switch off the engine in the middle of a DPF burn. That then, because it doesn't complete the burn, it dumps the oil or the diesel instead of in the exhaust to create the burn, if I understand this correctly. That oil gets dumped into the sump, and now you've got diesel mixing into your oil, which means you have to take it in for a service, which costs 200 euros every time you do that. So, and this is, it's just super frustrating. And because the last time the car sort of had a problem where the service light came on and then the oil light came on, and it was apparently like the wrong oil was used at the last service. So the oil sort of clogged up and it blocked the pickup in the sump, and the engine basically got starved of oil. Luckily I didn't drive it, but I just have a feeling that it's gonna be sort of a recurring problem. There's no real indication that it will be, but I've got a feeling that it probably will be, and I don't want to worry about it. And also with the whole DPF thing, we don't live far enough from like work to have a car that needs to deal with DPF burns and stuff. If you're living outside of town and you're driving half an hour every morning and half an hour every night, great, no problem, not an issue. And that's probably for someone who should buy that car. And if someone like that buys that car, they probably get a lot of miles out of it, no problem. But for us, we will not get a lot of miles out of that car, because it's going to keep not doing a burn, and it's going to keep dumping diesel into the oil tank, and eventually it's going to create a problem, and I'm going to have the thing serviced like every month, and it's just not, it just doesn't work for our setup at the moment. So yeah, it's just not good. And like I said, I just don't trust the car. There's something about buying a car and within the first 2 weeks seeing it on the back of a tow truck and it costing you 400 euros that just makes you go, I don't want to own that anymore. So, yeah. Right, I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. I don't know if I want to go into grapes or, think, brain. Animals, livestock is the word that I'm looking for. Construction. Production. Greenhouse. Ooh, we can do greenhouses. Oh, why are we not doing greenhouses in the roleplay? It's not expensive and you don't need a lot of space. We should totally be doing greenhouses in the roleplay. But doesn't this require like manure and water? Takes goods and transforms them into different products. Does this only require water? Because if I'm looking there, it only requires water. Do the greenhouses require manure as well? Because if it does, we can't do that. But if it's only water, I mean, it's only $3,000. One way to find out. We've got space here, so we're just gonna plonk a greenhouse into here. Probably do terrain deformation. What's the controls for up and down? Oh. Just water. Huh. Well, let's give it a go. So I actually want to lift that up a little bit, but I can't seem to figure out the... Didn't mean to do that, but anyway, there we go. Right. Where was that? There we go. Nice. Okay. We should totally put one of these into the roleplay series. Ooh, tomatoes, lettuce, strawberries, silage. Wait, what? Biogas plant. What? Recipe. Hey? Sugar beet cut. So what? If we put silage into this, it's going to produce energy and gas. What? I don't know what's happening here, but anyway, let's just do this. Yeah, so that's just water turns into that. I don't know what this is. I'll have to sort of figure out what exactly this is. So silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet, and digestate. Does that create digestate? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But you need more beehives. The single box isn't gonna do much. Plus, I think you need the loading area for the honey to spawn in. We do have a loading area next to the chickens, and we have 3 beehive boxes at the moment. I think, yeah, I think about. Maybe not the last episode, maybe the one before that. Not the house renovation episode. I think the episode before that, we bought some more chickens and we got two more beehives. So we've got 3 beehives, but they're not producing a huge amount of honey at the moment. The chickens are doing pretty good though. Okay, so cycles per month is 672. 672. So let's do tomatoes. I like tomatoes. Activate tomatoes. Missing materials. So we need water. So we are going to get some water. We could make, hopefully, a lot of money out of that in the roleplay series. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, I think we definitely... See, there's a lot of stuff like that that I sort of just don't have a lot of time to think about. I was actually saying that to Monique just last night while we were having dinner. I was saying to Monique that at the moment I find the roleplay series really, really difficult because I don't have a lot of time to actually think about it. Even though it takes a huge amount of planning and all, I just don't have a lot of time to think about it because my work at the moment is very, very sort of mentally consuming, and well, mentally and physically, both mentally and physically consuming. So I don't have time at work to think about the YouTube channel, but I'm never home to think about the YouTube channel, and when I am home to think about the YouTube channel, I'm doing YouTube, I'm recording videos, so I'm not thinking about it enough. So the only time I really get to sort of recap on the sort of plan and sort of the storyline and everything, it's sort of like maybe in the shower in the mornings and before I go to bed at night. I get a bit of time to sort of plan some stuff out, but usually it's just sort of the general storyline. So you miss things like, oh, greenhouse, good idea. The obvious stuff comes up like chickens. Get some chickens, get some pigs, get livestock, whatever, stuff like that. But it's, obviously I try and put as much thought into that series as I possibly can. But it is difficult. I don't know. Right, water tanks. Is that a thing on their own? Animal transport, animals. There we are. Water tanks. So... probably... What's that? 1 ton? I probably do. We don't need... The room color is... Let's go with the chrome. 10,000. Beautiful. Okay. Right. Where do we get water from? I believe so, but you need the bigger beehive. I guess you can say the beehive mansion. Oh yeah, I saw this big one. For a good payout of honey. Ah. See, the thing is with that is money. I seem to remember the big beehive is quite expensive. But yeah, we'll definitely sort of upgrade some of our passive income stuff as soon as we possibly can. Hopefully with the dealership and stuff, we can make quite a bit of money soon. And hopefully we make some good money out of the house. I don't know how much money we're going to make out of the house, because even though I write the entire roleplay series, I'm not gonna calculate how much money we make out of renovating the house. Because I'm doing it in House Flipper, I am gonna take the genuine amount that we get for that house. So we are gonna renovate that house and we are gonna put it up for auction in House Flipper and see if we make a profit. We might genuinely make a loss on that. And if we do make a loss, I am gonna take that loss in the roleplay. So, and I'm gonna try and see if I can find a way to record the auction as it happens without it feeling like it's in House Flipper. So whatever we lose or make on the genuine auction after basically renovating the house is gonna be what we earn in the end. So yeah, I'm not actually gonna be like, oh, we made this much money on the house and just sort of create a figure. I'm actually gonna use the genuine figure. Whatever we make, we make. And there we go. Water tank is at our small farm. So yeah, I'm not actually gonna like just create an amount and be like, ooh, look at us, we made $40,000. No, yeah, then it's not a given success. Exactly. We genuinely might end up making a loss on it. I don't know. I don't know if we'll actually make money on it at all. I'm hoping we will, but I don't know. And I do track the money. I don't know if you guys noticed that the money in House Flipper actually matched our money in Farming Simulator. That took me a very, very long time to figure out, because for some reason, well, first off, House Flipper is to find the file to edit the money in game is a very, very, very difficult thing to do. Yeah, I should have taken that turn off. It's fine. It's very, very, very hard to find the file where you can actually edit your money in House Flipper. But eventually, once I found it by sort of unhiding files in Control Panel and delving very, very, very deep into the sort of game files themselves. Is that water? Is this water? I don't know which one is water. Water tank. I think this one is water. But eventually, when I actually found it, the currency in game is not dollar. The currency in game is like a Polish currency. I think it's Polish, if I remember correctly. And if you put, let's say, 100,000 into the file, and you go in game, you'll have like a random amount in dollars. So I had to figure out what and yeah, basically if you put in like 100,000 in the file and you go into the game and it's in Polish, it'll show like 100,000, or I think it was a Polish currency. I don't know what the currency is called. And you change it to dollars, then it'll actually change the amount of money that you've got into dollar amounts. So that was less than ideal. So what I had to do is I had to sit and figure out what the exchange rate was in the game. Not even joking. I literally had to sit and figure out the exchange rate that the game is using. and then use that exchange rate to actually make the money work. And yeah, so all of the money that we actually spend on, oh, there we go, start filling. Wrong tank. So all of the money that we actually spend on renovating the house is going to come off the bank account in Farming Simulator. So the two are going to correspond with each other constantly. So yeah, it's quite difficult to do, but I think it's worth doing. It adds to the story a lot, I think. I'm also glad you didn't just find a tractor in the bushes like so many others. Yeah. Yeah. It's, I mean, I'm trying to keep it somewhat realistic. Not taking away from anyone else's role plays or stuff. I think there's a lot of people in the Farming Simulator community that's doing really, really, really good work. But yeah, I sort of like to just keep things somewhat realistic. And I mean, it's not often that you walk around and you find a tractor that works, that's sort of operational in a bush. But again, I'm not saying, I'm not sort of like taking the mickey or anything on any work that anyone's done. I think there's a lot of people that are doing like really, really, really good work in terms of role plays, and probably doing a much better job than what I am. I'm just sort of trying to do my best, and I don't know how good my best really is. But yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm in a position to sort of judge other people's work. I think there's definitely a lot of people that do some good stuff, which is nice. I think the Farming Simulator community is really, really nice. Like the creators, big and small, and just the community, like you guys in general. I think the Farming Simulator has got a really nice community around it. Unlike things like Flight Simulator. I started doing Flight Simulator briefly on my channel at one stage, and I actually ended up removing the videos completely from the channel. And it was actually a series that I somewhat enjoyed and probably would have continued to enjoy, which was basically a Flight Simulator 2020 career mode in what was it called? The add-on. Can't remember what it was called. Flight Sim. What was the add-on called? I can't remember. Anyway, it was a sort of an add-on for Flight Simulator, and I did 3 videos on it. FS Economy, that's what it was called, FS Economy. But yeah, I tried that for a little while, and even though literally in the first 10 seconds of the video I said that I am not a qualified pilot, I am not pretending to be a qualified pilot, and I am not pretending to know everything about this aircraft, and I am purely 100% doing this for fun and flying the aircraft at my skill level and nothing else. And the very first comment was some dude with literally a comment as long as my arm explaining to me every single thing that I did wrong in that video. And I was just like, yeah. I actually heard about, I don't know how true this is, but I heard about a guy on YouTube that had like hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, and he was like exclusively doing Flight Simulator, and ended up deleting his channel completely because the community was so toxic. Just because everyone, and apparently this guy was actually a genuine, like a commercial pilot, if I'm not mistaken. This is all hearsay I think it was like an actual commercial pilot, like a genuine pilot. And even with that, people were literally every single video just telling you, you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this wrong, and you're doing this wrong. And these are people that aren't even pilots, but just always have something to say. And it's a very, very, very toxic community. I actually know of a few of the streamers that I follow that used to play Flight Simulator and just sort of very discreetly moved away from it. Yeah. I think that's a very difficult thing to sort of cope with. But anyways. Not much to say about that. I almost got you on thin ice there. Yeah. But no, I mean, I like, what's the best way of putting it? Like, I'll always sort of try and give an honest opinion on something, but I also don't want to like put anyone down. I know how difficult it is to make these videos, and even just to sort of get the ideas and sort of write a storyline or plan a storyline or stuff like that. And it is a very, very, very difficult thing to do. And if someone thinks that finding a tractor in a bush is the best thing for their story, then by all means go for it. Find a tractor in a bush. I'm not gonna sit there and say that it's wrong. I'm just saying it probably doesn't work for my storyline, and it probably isn't super realistic, but I'm sure there's some stuff that I do in my roleplay series which isn't super realistic. So like, I mean, I know in my roleplay series I've got way too many chickens for the size of the chicken pen. So realistic? Probably not. And someone could very easily have something to say about that. But yeah, so I know I don't, basically what it comes down to is like, even though I think some of the things that some people might do every now and again, I don't necessarily think that it's realistic or whatever, but anyone can go through my roleplay series and pick out a lot of things that's just not realistic. So yeah, nobody's perfect. Everyone's just sort of doing their thing, and as long as it's entertaining and enjoyable to watch and everyone's having a good time, I'm all for it. Absolutely all for it, no problem. I for a minute thought that was a really big rock picker. That is nice. Yeah, no, basically what it comes down to, I don't like criticizing people at all. I don't think in something like a roleplay series you can really do anything wrong. Like, I mean, a lot of people would probably look at what I'm doing at the moment and sort of bringing other games in it, and there has been people that sort of looked at it and went, I don't know if I like this. But I mean, it is what it is. It's not going to be for everyone. Where, you know, I might look at, ooh, you found a tractor in the bush, interesting, and other people would be like, ooh, we found a tractor in a bush, that's amazing. You know, so it's gonna work for some people and it's not gonna work for others. It's just a fact of life, I guess. Right, I need to figure out what we're gonna do. How much are these things? Ooh. Okay. Are we gonna do grapes? Let's go back to this. Silo extensions, containers, tools, farmhouses, production, orchards. Right. So, olive or grape need to be cultivated, fertilized, and mulched to gain the full yield. They also need to be pruned after harvest. See, I don't know what all of this means. I don't know what to do. But this looks like a nice little grass field where we can do something. Factories. Bakery. Hmm. Hmm. Animals. Pigs. See, I think this is a pasture of some kind. I think this is a... I don't think this is just a field. I think this is a... This is the cow pasture, isn't it? Yeah, I think that is the sort of slurry pit. I think this is the cow pasture. So yeah, there's a feeding trough and stuff there. Right. So we can't use that. This is, I think, for sheep. So we can't use that. This is, I think, for... Wait. If we've already got all of that, why am I looking at, like... Okay, what's this? Horse. Let's run over there. Because I'm thinking about getting into, like, pigs. I don't think I've ever done pigs. And I remember Daggerwin doing pigs on a roleplay series quite a while ago. And he made a lot of money out of them. No, actually, it wasn't a... I don't think it was a roleplay series. It was... Why can I not open this menu? Huh. It was his No Man's Land series. He did pigs, and I found that very interesting. I have to say, I did. But I've never actually done pigs. Why can I not access that menu? Do I need to open the gate first for some reason? Open gate. Huh. I cannot access that. And I think this is for sheep. Okay. I thought maybe we don't own the land, but we do. Hopefully this is for horses, because I'm not really planning on doing horses. No. That looks like horses. Right. I'm thinking this is probably sheep. And, well, this is horses. This is horses. This is probably chickens. See, I can't access that either. Hello? Why? Why can I not access... Ah, there we go. Yeah, so this is chickens. Pigs? Pigs, maybe? Pigs down there? Question mark. No, tennis court. Right, so where would pigs be then? Sawmill. Do anyone know where pigs would be? I didn't know. What's back there? Nope. Right, okay. This is horses. Chickens. Horses. What's behind that? There's a little field up here. Maybe this could be pigs? Ooh. Ooh, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is the pig area. So they'll need water and food. Have we got pig food? I think you can sort of feed them anything. Have we got anything in storage? We've got barley and wheat. Fertilizer and lime. Can pigs eat barley or wheat? I know they can eat like sugar beets and stuff like that. We don't have that. We might need to buy some. Does it say here what pigs can eat? I never do animals. I stick to forestry and now mining. Yeah, forestry is something that I somehow always just sort of get into. I quite enjoy forestry though. Right, pigs can be sold for a profit. Pigs eat nearly anything. You can feed them corn, wheat, barley, canola, sunflower, soybeans, potatoes, sorghum, and sugar beets. Additionally, they require water. The animals, this animal has reached its breeding age. Animals are healthy and older than 6 months can reproduce. Good. Right, so should we get a couple of eggs then? I don't know how long they'll take. Oh, 4 months. So if we get like 8, then let's see how that goes. So we'll buy 8 pigs, and we are. Oh, hello, piggies. Hello. Hello. I'll be honest. I'm slightly scared of pigs in real life. I don't like pigs in real life. I've always been a bit like, yeah, I don't know. Sheep. What can sheep eat? We need to get the dialogue open first. Maybe we'll get some sheep as well. I don't think we'll do cows now because they take too much work. I think sheep just do like grass. There we are. Sheep produce wool, can be sold directly or processed further. Sheep eat grass or hay. Can we buy grass bales? Because we don't really have any grass equipment or grassland. Probably, yeah, we can. What? Well, that's hay. No. We won't make any money out of it if we are buying food. Right, let's get some... Oh, hello. Wait, what? This leads into our farm. Ah, little back gate. Nice, that's cool. So is that our house then? Interesting. Right, water and food. Quick, easy money logging. Yeah, it is. Money is a bit of a cheat, I think. Because you can make a lot of money really quickly from it. So, yeah. It's nice for like a roleplay series though. Let's fill that up. Good. There's a tank up there as well, but I don't see a trigger, so I don't think we can get water from there. That green tank over there. I don't think so. I'll probably fill this up. This is a really nice map. I do like this map a lot. I might maybe try and do a YouTube series on this map at some point. Right. Let's get that filled up. I have got some, what's it called? I nearly said Mountain Dew. Not Mountain Dew, it's, what do you call it? Mountain Dew. It's, I nearly said Mountain Dew. It's, Mountain Dew. It's 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 Mountain Dr. Pepper is what it is. Some Dr. Pepper. I do like the cherry Dr. Pepper. Cherry one's really nice. Haven't seen it here though. In fact, this was the first time that I saw Dr. Pepper at all in Ireland. Doesn't seem to be extremely popular, unless I'm just looking sort of in the wrong place. Do we go up there to get to the pigs? I think we can maybe go through the sheep pasture. This pickup is kind of struggling with this. Is that a gate? It is. Good. Okay. So this is sort of the training area for the horses, by the looks of it. Maybe we'll get into horses, I don't know. Again, we need like grass and stuff for that. So, probably... You look good in that car. Panda. Yeah, I mean, they are nice, aren't they? And I actually intentionally put the sort of Aussie style snorkel on it, which faces backwards. I think it's only really in Australia that they do the snorkel backwards, isn't it? It's because of like the heavy dust, if I'm not mistaken, because like the Pajero that I drove in South Africa was also had a snorkel on it, but it was forward facing. But South Africa wouldn't have the amount of dust of like the outback, so forward facing was okay. I think if you had a forward facing snorkel in Australia and went to like the outback, you'll probably do all of about 10 kilometers and it will clog up your filter, and yeah, you'll have a bit of a problem then. So but yeah, I'm just sort of speculating here. I would guess that's probably why they are generally rear facing. Basically an Aussie now. Let me see if I've got a picture of the Pajero that I have to scroll through a lot of photos. Yeah, here we go. Let me tab out for a minute. So this was mine back in South Africa. So yeah, nice car. Very nice car. I have to say, not oh, let me just get the chat back up. Not quite like the build quality of a Toyota, but the Mitsubishi was a good car. I mean, it was a really good car. Absolutely loved it. Really nice. But yeah, definitely in like terms of build quality and stuff, not quite Toyota. It's maybe a bit rattly and stuff, especially if you're on like a bumpy road. If you're in something like a I wanted to refill this. If you're on something like a Land Cruiser VX, like I'm talking Land Cruiser the VX model, like not the pickup, or the Prado. I don't know if you get the Prado in Australia, and in South Africa you also got the Fortuner, which is a little bit smaller than the Prado, but also really nice. Or even a Hilux for that matter. it's not really like rattly. Obviously age dependent, but like I've been in Hilux pickups that were like 8 years old and drove on gravel roads and dead quiet, not a rattle, and then I would take the Pajero on that same road and it would be like grrr. So yeah, I think overall build quality probably not up to scratch to like Toyota and stuff, but a really comfortable car and very smooth. Quite a lot of power. It is heavy though, it is a very heavy vehicle, but quite a bit of power. That thing actually had a bit of speed to it, like especially on pull away. It had some like decent acceleration on it. But yeah, lovely vehicle. I would not hesitate to buy a Pajero again, to be honest, because it's a lot of vehicle for the price. A lot of vehicle for the price. So yeah. Wrong entrance. I'm just sort of all over the place here, but I think we can go in from this side anyway, so fine. We're supposed to go in there? No, we can go in here, that's fine. This is a big gate. Oh, it's a double gate. I was just gonna say, that is a big gate. Those are some strong hinges. The Toyota Prado are really good cars now, and not too bad in price. Yeah, the Prados are really good. They were very popular in South Africa, and then the, like I said, the Fortuner as well. I don't know if you get the Fortuner in Australia. I know you get the Fortuner, well, obviously in South Africa, and they have them in like UAE, like Abu Dhabi and Dubai and those places. They have the Fortuner as well. Nice, really nice. Although there was a certain, I think it's been solved now, but when the Fortuner initially came out, it had a bit of a problem where it liked to, well, it liked to be on its roof for some reason. It was a bit of a top-heavy car, to say the least. So you would see a lot of them written off, with like heavily. Well, basically they like to be on their roofs, so you would see they all rolled. If you see one written off, it probably rolled. How much water do they need? Oh my goodness. We've barely touched the surface. Like it's barely scratched. Exactly. But I think that was in some of the early models when they just got released. But I think the sort of top heaviness and the suspension didn't really work really well with it. So if you had like any sharp steering inputs, it would just flip over. And if you were like on a gravel road and it starts to sort of slide a little bit, it just go straight over on his roof. So yeah. But I think they got that sorted out. Right, we're gonna need a bigger water tank. And food. We're gonna need to bring them food. Right. There we are. So this tank will probably do for the greenhouse, but I think we're gonna buy a bigger one that will pull with the tractor for the animals, because otherwise we're gonna do a lot of driving up and down. Let's drop this off and we'll go feed them first, because they've got a bit of water now that'll keep them going for a while. Just over there, that should do. Beautiful. Okay. My favorite car is the 89 series Land Cruiser, and they are so hard to kill. 89. Is that the sort of SUV? Oh, no, no. Well, yeah, it's sort of the SUV, but the old one. Wait, no, this is an 89 model. FJ62. I don't think Google is sort of understanding the concept. 80 series. Ah, okay. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. A couple of really nice built ones that comes up when you search that. But yeah, Land Cruisers. Whoa. I just, for some reason, I really, really, really do like the pickups. So, Citroen 2CV. Nice. Yeah, where do we have our trailer? I think it's in the front shed. Citroen 2CV, that's a really, really, really old car. That's the one that's sort of like rounded at the back, isn't it? Testing my memory here. Actually, is it in here? No. I think it's in here. Yeah, so the 80 series is like a SUV type thing. I guess is the best way I'd subscribe it, is SUV-ish. We'll probably take the small and see what we could actually do with another small trailer that's easily reversible. But anyway, this will do for now. Right, what have we got a lot in stock of? Barley. Let's go barley then. Nice. I like the sound of this tractor. Sounds nice going through the gears. I just like it. I don't know what it is about this tractor, but I really do like it. It's just nice looking. I have to say, in the roleplay series, that Landini of Michael, I do like that tractor. It's a really nice tractor. It's not a very popular brand, I don't think. At least not where I'm from and where I've been. It's not a brand you'll hear of too often. But is Landini like completely on its own, or does it form part of Massey Ferguson? Is it sort of like a sub? Are they dead? Oh no, you're just chilling. Okay. Goodness me. Right. Tip side. Let's do left. Ah, quickly up now, yeah. Oh my. How much food do they need? What? Hey? Huh. Well. Right. Big trailer it is then. When can we plant? So we're here now. Anyway, I think for this series I want to do, we should probably save 1 day per month, because we don't play it as often. Root crops, potatoes, sugar beet. Probably put sugar beet in soon-ish. Not really. Okay, well, wheat and barley we can do now, so we should probably do wheat on the one field and barley on the other, because it's all we can do right now. Or canola. We can do canola as well. Let's do, I think, wheat and barley. Maybe canola. Canola is always a good money maker. It does need a little bit more time than the other ones though. Oh, that's a 2CV, isn't it? Is that what you were referring to? Is that why you said Citroen 2CV? I thought you just said that because it's your favorite car. But I'm pretty sure that is a 2CV. The one with the sort of the rounded back, yeah. Huh. Oh, there's another one. The red one. I think I'm gonna grab the big trailer. Alright. Let's see if we can do this first time. Probably not. But maybe I'm on it tonight. Hey, hey! First time, what do you know? So top tip, if you're reversing a dolly trailer, hook it to the front of the tractor. Makes it much easier. That's something that I actually learned through, like, real life experience. But, yeah. Handy. I mean, it's still not easy, but if you take it slow, it's definitely easier than having it on the back, because it responds quicker to the movement of the tractor. So yeah. Oops. Right. I just gave the pigs 8,000 liters of wheat. And we've now got another 40,000. Just out of interest's sake, how much will we get if we sold this? What's the highest price? 557. $22,000. Hmm. 22,000. I mean, this will probably feed the pigs for a really long time. And if they're breeding, I don't know how much we'll get per pig if we sell them. But I'm trying to figure out if it's worth giving all of this to the pigs, or is it better to just sell this. I mean, let's give it to the pigs, why not? Tractor's struggling a little bit. A lot of scrap sitting over there. So yeah, my plans for tomorrow is, well, I'm off, but I'm heading into work real quick. Help Monique get set up and all. And I'll come back home and probably well, I have to go to the post office first, because we got a thing yesterday about a TV license, and someone was here, but obviously we were at work, and they were sort of checking about a TV license, because according to their records, this property doesn't have a TV license, which is 100% correct. And the reason we don't have a TV license, though, is because we don't own a TV. But you can't just, like, in 2020, as you would, send them an email and say, hello, we don't have a TV, so we don't need your license. No. You have to go back 30 years and send them a letter. Why? Have you never heard of email? Like, hello. So now I have to go into the post office tomorrow morning and pay someone money to send someone a letter because they don't accept email, and to say that I don't own a TV and I don't need a TV license. But yeah, so I need to go to the post office, and then I'll head home, and I'll probably do some editing first, because I've got the, I think, episode 23 of the roleplay series, so that is Friday's episode, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Friday's episode I need to edit. So I need to edit that and get that checked and uploaded and get it ready for Friday. I still need to do a thumbnail for it, but I don't know what I want to do for the thumbnail. It's a bit of a complicated one to get the thumbnail right for that video, so I need to figure that out. So I'll do that in the morning, and then so many trees, and then after that I'll probably do some recording. I want to try and get 2 videos recorded tomorrow, one of which will probably be a role play, and then the other one will be episode 2 of the new series, and you guys will see episode 1 of the new series tomorrow at 4 o'clock my time, which is GMT 0. So yeah, probably just a bit of recording and a bit of editing, and yeah, just generally YouTube stuff. We'll see. Hopefully, I would be happy if I get 1 video edited and 2 videos recorded for tomorrow, because then it means that I've got the video ready for Friday, and it really needs to go up tomorrow to be rendered on YouTube, because I upload in 2K. Even though I record in 1080, I render in 2K. And the 2K does take quite a long time to process on YouTube. It usually takes about a day or 2. So it has to go or be uploaded tomorrow to be ready for Friday. And yeah, if I get 2 other videos recorded, it means that I can record 1 more video either Thursday or Friday, and then do some, well, hopefully Thursday, and then I can do just the editing of the videos Friday and Saturday, which means everything will be ready and scheduled for next week, and I can have a nice, chill, relaxing day on Sunday and not work, which would be nice. Still need a TV license. Yeah. In South Africa, you need a TV license as well, which you pay yearly. In Ireland, you also need a TV license if you own any sort of a TV, even if you don't use it, or even if it's broken. Not even joking, it actually says even if you own a TV and it's broken, it doesn't work, you have to have a TV license. So yeah, but we don't own a TV at all, so I'm not paying 160 euros for something that I don't have. So yeah, I'd rather pay the 2 or 3 euros and send them a letter. The hell still sends letters? Why? Why do you need a letter? Just get with the times and use email, like everyone else does. What am I looking for? Water tank. Animals. Right, so this is a 1 ton. 4.9. Might as well get that. No, not really. Actually, that with a dolly probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's really expensive. Let's go for this. It's very shiny. Chrome, stainless steel, black. Let's go for the stainless steel. I quite like that. That's fine. Beautiful. Right. Yeah, in South Africa, you actually have to display your TV license if you want to buy a TV. Here, you don't have to do that, as far as I'm aware. But you need to have one. But by the sounds of it, nobody has one. Everyone's like, no, what? No. But yeah, I don't think you need to display your TV license. But in South Africa, most places, like if you go to like a legit place like Macro or something, they will not let you buy a TV if you cannot show your or proof of your TV license. Can't buy a TV. Yeah. And also, something, I don't know why, but something to do with the TV license as well, you can't buy more than 5 TVs at a time. Don't know why that's relevant, but yeah, apparently you can't do that. I know this because when the lodge got hit by lightning a while back, my parents had to replace 12 televisions, and they went to Macro and went, we need, well, I mean, there was different sizes, so this one specific size, they needed like 8 of them, and they just went, I want 8 of those, please, and the guy just went, nope, you can only buy 5, and then you can come back tomorrow and buy the other, I'm going the wrong direction again, you can buy 5 now, and then you can come back tomorrow and buy the other 3, but we can't give you 8 now. Why? So he just bought 5, and then he went to a different macro down the road and just bought the other 3 there. Same TVs, same shop, just a different location. So, and if you don't know what macro is basically Walmart. In fact, I think macro is owned by Walmart now. So yeah, it's just not as big as, I mean, it's big, it's big, but I don't think it's Walmart big. I've never been in a Walmart, but I've seen them. I don't think macro is as big as a Walmart, or at least as most. But yeah, I think they're actually owned by Walmart now. But yeah, that's basically what macro is. But yeah, apparently it's got something to do with the TV license, where you can't buy more than 5 TVs at a time, or on a single day. But you can just go to another shop and they don't know that you've already bought 5 TVs, and you just buy another 3 or 5 or whatever you want. So yeah, weird. Yeah, that was super bad luck. They got hit by lightning, got a massive amount of damage. The insurance paid out, they replaced everything, took them like 2 weeks to get everything working again, and then literally like a week or 2 later they got hit by lightning again and had basically the exact same stuff damaged. So everything that was new was damaged again. And yes, they had surge protectors and everything that they needed on all of it, but it just sort of blew out everything. In fact, the second time they actually had more damage than the first time, and the first time was really, really, really bad. But yeah, luckily since then, well, actually what happened, the insurance paid out the second time because they had to, and then they, after the payout, they actually cancelled the insurance. They just refused to insure them, and so it was quite difficult to get reinsured, but eventually someone did insure them, which is good. Albeit at a much, much higher cost than what it initially was. It's not like it's their fault that they got hit by lightning. It's not like they got into a car accident twice in 2 weeks. They got hit by lightning. What's the odds of getting hit by lightning twice in 2 weeks? Well, not the person, the property. And it actually, they think it hit the exact same spot twice. Both times, and everything's earthed properly the way that it should be, and it was checked and everything was fine. It was just unlucky. So yeah, kind of sucked. Okay, piggies, get you a lot of water, like a lot. It's not working. Not close enough, probably. Water is not accepted here. Wait, what? Ah, there we go. I was probably trying to put it into the food trough. How much of that food have they got left? All of it. This isn't even going to be enough. Half. Right. 20,000 liters. But that'll probably last them a good while. So they've got a lot of grain. I don't know what base food is. I don't know what protein is, and okay, root crop, I know what that is, but can you buy protein? Big bags. pig food. That's really expensive. So that's $1,000 for 1,000 liters. And that is 900 for 1,000 liters. Pellets. Seeds. Mineral feed. Is that for plants or animals? It sounds like mineral feed sounds like it's for animals. Mineral feed. Oh, I know. Anyway, let's get this taken away. This looks like a nice little arena for horses. We might get a horse at some point, but probably only like one or two. And we can run around on the horses. What's going on with the trailer? Seems very jittery. Probably just because it's empty. Right. We'll get this put away. That is still open, so that's good. I have to say, I'm really, really, really in the mood for a game that's sort of like, I don't know, Stronghold or something. I used to play, oh, there's a plow there, so I probably don't want to put this, it's fine, put it there. Something like, I used to play Stronghold Crusader 2. I absolutely loved it. And, unfortunately, you can get sort of like the, what seems to be the entire Stronghold franchise, I guess, on Steam, but not that specific one. There is a Stronghold Crusader 2 or Stronghold 2 Crusader, and they're not the same thing. I can't remember which one it is that I like, but it's the one that's not on Steam. And I've got it on CD, but I don't have it on CD here. It's in one of our boxes that still needs to get shipped over from South Africa. And also my PC doesn't have a CD-ROM. I do have an external one though, but I'm not even sure if that CD will still work. But I'm really in the mood for something like that, like a sort of a Stronghold game or Age of Empires type thing, or I think it's because I was watching Soviet Womble play Banished. Actually, I haven't played Banished for a very long time. I think I actually only played it once, sort of like a lot, and then not at all. Basically, when everyone died, I never played it again, because it seems like with Banished it's inevitable that eventually everyone dies, which is, yeah, not ideal. But, yeah, something like that. I'm just in the mood for something like that sort of a gameplay style, I guess. It doesn't necessarily have to involve, like, conflict or anything like that, but, yeah, something in that range. But anyway, I think I'm gonna call it a night there, because I still need to get up early tomorrow morning. It's already 20 to 11. So I'm gonna head to bed and probably put on a Soviet Womble stream for a little while. Maybe for about 20 minutes or so, and I'll try and sleep around 11-ish, maybe. But yeah, thanks for everyone who popped into the stream. I really do appreciate it. And wherever you are, have a good night, or a good day, or a good afternoon, or yeah, whatever you're gonna do, enjoy. And yeah, like I said earlier, I'm gonna try and do a bit of recording and editing tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Try and take it somewhat easy, but yeah. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Have a good one, and I'll see you all next time.
best thing and the worst thing happened today. She moved on with another guy and got engaged. And now my heart's set free from its cage, but it stings like hell on the way out. The best thing and the worst thing happened today. I'm moving on. Driving 99 down the 405, windows down and blaring third eye blind, because I've never been so alone, and I've never been so alive. Driving 99 down the 405, yeah, I'm moving on, I'm moving best thing and the worst thing happened today. I'm